All right, cool. Let me kick off at possibly the only place that we can kick off this week. It is the biggest film, for better or worse, that has been released in cinemas this week, and it is the ninth installment in what is a weird kind of zombie franchise. You just can't kill it. You can't keep it down. It keeps coming back. That is the Fast and Furious movies. Now, this film is Sean, I mean, you've already spoken about how you don't want to watch these films because they have certain things in them that you just think the slow motion shots of people walking together in suits
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. Now, this is a film that let me put it this way: so much goes down in this film that so much goes down in this film that there was a point where I was like, you know what? I should be making notes. And I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna be bothered making notes. I'm not gonna bother making notes. And then there was a line that somebody said in this film, and once they said that notes, I was like, oh, I have to make notes. I have to write down everything about this film everything that's just sparking up in my head. So I took my phone out of the cinema, tried to hide it, switched it on, and just started making notes about what I was watching. And the line, and you would know this because we have a bit of us up online on Facebook, or there's a video of us discussing Fast and Furious movies. There's a little snippet of us, and it is called Fast and Furious Physics. Because as we know, these films they have their own war against reality. They are waging their own they wage their own war against reality. And people say that action movies wage their own war against reality, but this franchise particularly has a war against reality. And there is a line that Ludacris says in this film. He plays Tej, and he has the gall. Someone has the gall to script this line in the Fast and Furious movie, and that line is, as long as we follow the laws of physics, we'll be okay.
Oh, dear.
And when they uttered that line, I was like, oh no, I need to make a note. I need to make a note of the things that this film is doing. So I have a list of things that I wrote, and for anybody who is trying to keep spoilers away from or keep away from spoilers for this film. Number one, why? You kind of know what you're going to get, and this is just a list of notes I made as I was watching the film. I just wrote, as long as we follow the laws of physics, ha, laughable. Why supercars in a jungle? Because because this thing has morphed into this weird thing where you have Kurt Russell, who plays a character called Mr. Nobody, and he shows up, and he is a government operative, but the people he must come to in a time of national crisis is a bunch of supercar enthusiasts who cannot go on, if a plane crashes in the middle of a jungle somewhere. Who do you send in? Sean, who should you send in if a plane crashes in the middle of a jungle?
Probably sending some Marines or something like that, or someone to some rescue, people.
Yeah. Possibly with the key thing being covert, a covert group.
Yes.
But you send some people who go into a neon orange Porsche and drive through a jungle. Drive through a jungle. Number one, why do you have a Porsche in a jungle? How do you even find a road to drive a Porsche in a jungle? And so anyway, yeah, supercars in the jungle. Although the funny thing is that they have one character, the character played by Tyrese Gibson, who is called Roman, and this is where it has this kind of it's hinting. Last week we spoke about the Hitman's Wife Bodyguard. It was a film that totally knew how silly it was. I was making fun of that the whole way through. And then you have this thing where it's kind of halfway trying to be a serious thing and halfway acknowledging that it's a silly film, and it doesn't really do one in either way. The balance isn't right because you have this character and he keeps pointing out that what they're doing is stupid. And he actually comes up and he goes, "Hang on, have you guys thought about all the crazy stuff we've done? We fought tanks, cars, planes. I mean, I'm not even going to mention the submarine." He essentially talks about the entire history of the franchise. And he's like, think about it. We've gone through all of that stuff. And we don't even have a scratch. I don't even have a scar to show for all the crazy stuff I've done. And throughout the film, he keeps pointing out, this is stupid. Why am I not dead? I just had 14 guys around me with AK-47s whose shootings whose shooting makes sharpshooters or makes stormtroopers look like snipers. And it's like 14 guys around him with an AK-47 and he kills them all. And it's kind of like, and all of a sudden, these guys are supposed to be drivers, but now they're firearms experts, they're arm-to-arm combat experts. Vin Diesel all of a sudden becomes Superman at one point and brings a building down with his bare hands. I am not joking. I have a bit in here just in capital letters. All I wrote was outer space.
Oh, what? Oh dear.
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at that. But all I wrote was outer space. And the weird thing is that in its own weird way, it's trying to represent, because you look at it and you realize that, oh, you have this key bit of a plot, because it actually has a lot of plot. This film is trying to put a lot of plot into it. It has it's women who are doing that key bit. Oh, look at those. Those are like, people who sort of like, non-white people who are doing this. And it has like this representation race-wise across the board. I mean, there's a character called Han who is famous for having died very, very publicly. He has a close-up on his face in a car that is trapped, and then the car blows up.
Oh, no.
He's back. He's alive. It's not a flashback. It's not beforehand. This guy is alive. And the way they explain the fact that he's still alive is rubbish. Even by Fast and Furious standards, it is rubbish. The way they try and explain that. I've written growly lack of charisma
dead,
for.
Just stunned.
Honestly, I've written growly lack of charisma for Vin Diesel, and my final thing I wrote was head in hands so many times, because I did have my head in my hands so many times. Now, there's some times when these films get it right. The Fast Five, I think, is the one where the balance is right between ridiculous and something right. But I think it's gone too far now. I think this film,
even totally.
No, I think, honestly, I'll tell you, but I think it's gone too far. It has gone too far. The war against reality has stretched too far. I mean, I've spoken about the fact that there is a bridge. There's a rope. Oh God, the rope bridge. There's a rope bridge with a car in the middle of it, and the one end of the rope bridge is falling down, and the car is still driving on the bridge. So. And I feel like they have the balance has gone too far, because they have to just keep pushing it bigger and bigger and bigger, so much so that there needs to be some sort of internal logic. Even if it's not going to make any, there needs to be something that holds together, and I do not think it holds together in this film. Having said that, I know my brother, for instance, he laughed. He thought it was stupid. He thought it was ridiculous, and he thought it was exactly what he needed at that time when he was watching it. So I would give it a 3 out of 5. But this film is stupid. It's stupid. And we shall move on quickly. We shall move on swiftly. So, sure, it looks like you're about to say something.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that I did think about doing it, so I could actually say something about it. And if I'd have had gone to the cinema, that would have probably been the one that I've watched, because there was nothing else on. But now you've seen it. I think I would.
Sure. I think every now and then it's good to have a really, really good cathartic, angry thing at something. And I think, Sean, if you wanted to get like a lot of stuff out of your system, just be angry at something for a very justifiable reason, I think you should go see this film. Right, because okay. I am more forgiving than you, and I was just like, no, I'm sorry, you've broken it. You have broken the thing, and I'm calling it Fast and Furious 9 is where this series officially jumps the shark. It should have done it way before, but I think they pushed it too far. I think that they have pushed it way too far, and there are too many stupid things in this film. Even though they try and nudge, wink, and go, isn't this stupid? Oh, I can't believe we're doing this. And Tyrese is the character who keeps saying it. Like, there's a bit where he goes, there's a bit where he talks about, I can't believe that 2 brothers in the hood are the ones who do this. And he says that, and you're kind of going, okay, I can see what you're trying to do. You're trying to represent and you're trying to be aspirational, but no. Just no. Oh, good Lord. I could go, okay, I've gone past my 5 minutes. I'm still right, because I could go into detail some of the stupid things that happen in this film that you're just like,
I'll save it till I've seen it, and then we can I will try. I'll try.
Yeah, we can have a. It's not even going to be a spoiler special. It's just going to be a rant special. We'll go, what about this bit? What about that? How does that even happen? But anyway, we shall leave that, and we shall go home. We shall go on to something at home. And Sharon, please save me from my ranty my ranty disbelief.